India's maiden mission to study the sun is on the way towards the sun from Earth, appropriately called Aditya L1. The Indian Space Research Organization doing a Surya Namaskar to the body which gives all the energy for Earth. Sun is the harbinger of life on Earth. To explain to us the details of the Aditya mission, I have with me Nigar Shaji. She is the project director for the Aditya mission and a person who has spent over 3 decades at ISRO. She embodies diversity for India. She embodies Nari Shakti as India goes about studying the sun. Thanks a lot for joining us, Nigar. What a pleasure and what a wonderful mission you've had so far. How difficult was it to put together Aditya?
Yeah, this Aditya L1 has instruments, a lot of 7 instruments. And the instruments are first of its kind and first time it is being developed, and it involves a lot of challenges, especially when you take the main instrument, the coronagraph. It is an internally occulted one. For that, the mirrors, what we have to, it is the first time we have developed a mirror with a surface reference of around 4 angstrom, which we haven't done before. Like that, there is many optical elements which are new, and there are mechanisms. So that way it is quite complex, as well as a lot of new things are involved in that. That way it was quite challenging.
The whole mission was in a way conceived by, and we are standing at the Professor U.R. Rao Satellite Center, and Professor U.R. Rao was the one who kind of was thought of having Aditya. Then it was a simpler mission. Yes. Tell me, what was his involvement with Aditya, and when did you get involved with the Aditya mission?
Aditya L1 in 2009, originally it was conceived as a low Earth orbit mission with a single payload, just to have an observation of the sun. So by the time that conception, approval and the initial configuration process started, by the time we were well versed with our Mangalyaan mission and Chandrayaan, we had quite interplanetary experience. So it was Professor U.R. Rao who was the one who sowed that seed of why can't we make it L1 and more instruments. It can be a full space weather study we can have. So that's how he was the one who initiated this one. Then we spent almost a year or 2 in getting all the scientists, what are all the instruments to be put there for a better understanding of the sun, and as well as the space weather model. So that way, and our mission team's capability to reach L1, because it's actually, again, compared to interplanetary mission, it's totally a new one. So that way it was conceived, and it was got approved in 2015, and as soon as it is approved, after the 2016 Feb, I was given the chance to head that mission. So from there we started.
Now, it has taken a long time. I understand it is a scientific mission. There is no need to rush. But it still took a lot of time to come together. How difficult was it to deal with so many different scientific institutions and also so many different scientists who have different temperaments?
Yes. It actually originally, when the approval we got, the mission was planned to be realized in 4 years. So by that we should have realized it in 2019. One is the complexity of the mission, and one is the involvement of the different scientific institutes and the work culture. See, ISRO's work culture is little apart from the science work culture and the scientist, because so that way it was a little challenging to get together all the scientists and get the work done, and we need to subsystems we have to realize and give it, and they have to calibrate, and the calibration took a long time. And also in between, the COVID also played a major role. 2019, almost 1 or 2 years we had a very slow, the process slowed down. and people. So that's how it got delayed. One is complexity, and the biggest challenge is the people management inside ISRO as well as outside ISRO. That's and the complexity and the people management as the two things which I feel it was quite challenging.
No, when we are talking of people management, let's spend a little time on you as a person. You come from Tamil Nadu, and Tamil Nadu has given India some very famous aerospace scientists. People's President, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, well known for his rocketry, comes from Tamil Nadu. M. Annadurai, the man who conceived and gave us Chandrayaan 1 and Chandrayaan 2, also from Tamil Nadu. Tell me a little bit about your background and what is your family upbringing?
Okay. I'm from a Muslim family in south of Tamil Nadu, Chengotai. That's my native place. And my father is a well-educated man. Those days in 1940s, he was having a BA Maths Honors degree.
BA in Maths Honors?
Yeah. Those days, there is no BSc. Everything is called BA. So he was so much interested in maths and physics. So that way, we got a very good environment at home for studies, especially for the science. So he wants all his kids to be very well educated and to be on their own legs. That's what his motive. So by choice, he has chosen agriculture as his passion, and we had our own inherited properties. So he was taking care of that, and so that way I studied in the government school of the same town. And after 12th, there was a thinking in my family that engineering for girls, it is settling is a issue. And medicine means anywhere you can practice, and that way life will be for girls may become easier. It was the thinking of those days. Now it is not so. Everybody is out and you have more opportunities. Those engineering opportunities also were limited. There were no this type of IT sector or private institutions or like that. So that way I have gone to a nearby. Then 1 year I took a break. I was studying BSc Physics to decide whether to again go for engineering or not. So after that I took a decision that yes, I will do engineering, which is what I wanted. So
and where did you do your engineering?
At the Government College of Engineering, Tirunelveli. It is some 60 kilometers from my place. So weekends or a monthly once I can come home. So I got in Guindy Engineering College, but because sending me to Chennai, that too in city at that young age, my family was not very comfortable. So I did wherever little nearer. So after that, after passing out, immediately I saw an advertisement from ISRO. I applied for it and I got it. So that's how my life.
So was your choice to become a doctor, or did you want to become an engineer?
No, because at that point of time I don't have any aversion towards doctor or anything, but I felt I am more comfortable with the maths and physics.
So that gave you, maths and physics drew you towards engineering.
Yeah.
Now, is your family happy that you are taking India all the way closer to the sun?
No, it's very, they are all very happy. Even my family, my husband, my kids, my parents, my father is no more, and my mother is with me, and my brother, everybody is so happy.
Now, when you decided, did you opt to become project director for Aditya, or were you chosen to become project director for Aditya?
I was chosen to become a project director for Aditya. I had an interest to work in challenging missions, but it was the management chose me and I fit into it.
And did they choose you because you were a woman?
No, it's not. In ISRO, there is nothing like that, women or men. If they feel if they can handle it or you are capable of handling it, they will offer it. It's nothing like man, women.
So there is no gender bias?
No.
Is there a glass ceiling which is going, because you become project director, is there a glass ceiling there?
No, there is no. In ISRO, I have, in my past 36 years of experience, I have never come across anything like that. They don't see you as men or women. They see you as an engineer who is capable, or a system engineer, or a particular field of engineering, how you perform, how you bring out, how you're good at managing things. That's what the capabilities are being seen. And
Because before this, there was Ten Mosi, who was the project director for one of the missions. So we have a lot of women who are doing increasingly well, and we have Kalpana in Chandrayaan 3, and we had Vanita in Chandrayaan 2, and she was the project director. And I have personally seen, I have been into the clean room, and I have been in and out of ISRO so many years and decades. I have seen men and women working shoulder to shoulder and working. So is talent the only criteria for selecting a person to head a mission?
yes, it is that there are various aspects of talent. It is not, you have to, for managing a project, it's not just a technical acumen alone is not sufficient. You should be able to manage things, you have to interface things. So all those things they will see, and then they will choose to, they will give you a project.
Your disarming smile must have kept all the scientists on their toes. I can make that out. You are a wonderful manager, that much I can make out. And a lot of scientists adore you. And I have interviewed several of the PIs who have made the instruments. And they are always speak very highly of you, or as a person who was putting the whole Aditya L1 together. So what was the biggest challenge in putting Aditya together?
As I told, it's technical as well as because first time I've been handling scientists of different, this one, that was maybe my first experience. I find it initially little difficult to get adjust to their the work culture and things like that. Slowly we all become okay, they are all very cooperative, and totally we have become a family over the time, because 8 years we have been dealing with. So over the time we all, though they say I'm very tough later, so we could manage, we could have a mission which is, I hope it is going to be a successful one, and it gives a lot of data for the heliophysicists of the country, and we can have a lot of understanding of the sun and understanding of the space weather.
Why do we study the sun? We see it every day. What is there to understand? We see it every day. It is so beautiful. It gives life. You and me are there because of it.
Yeah, that's what sun is also like. It's not, it's just outside, it is smiling. It has a lot of internal eruptions. See, as one thing is, we have a lot of space assets now. And space weather is a very upcoming field. And we need to have a handle on the space weather to protect our space assets. So that way, we should have because till today, there is not a very good model existing. And we are not in a position like Earth weather prediction, we have not advanced so much that you can predict that such a flare is coming, such a storm, exactly what is the intensity and when it is going to. So it's there, but it is not to the full-fledged. So we also wanted to be not lagging behind in the world, in the field of space weather. So it's all Professor Yorao's idea that we also should not be lagging behind. So we have, because if you see, the coronal heating itself is one thing which is not very well understood, and there are a lot of flares happening, and even you see the solar cycle, there are a lot of, because earlier we conceived that every 11 years it repeats, and there are erratic things. So that way it's better, main thing is to have a better space weather model to protect our assets. That is the idea behind it.
So you're turning out to be a savior for India's 50 plus satellites and the ground infrastructure of telecom and power. So Nigar, the savior?
I am not the savior. The team ISRO is trying to be the savior. So that being in ISRO, we should do, because ISRO started with a motive that usage of technology is the betterment of the society. So that way, this is also, we are following that the goal of ISRO, and it is not me the savior, the entire ISRO, the entire team Aditya.
Oh, there is team Aditya, team ISRO, team India. See, Chandrayaan also we saw team India really standing behind team ISRO for its success. So I understand it is team, but the leader also matters. There is no doubt about that. Let us not underestimate that. When if you have Mr. Somanath as the leader for ISRO, then for Aditya, you also have a role. Let us, you are so humble. Your smile like Kalam Saab is disarming. He also used to, whenever you pose a tough question, he would smile and disarm you. You are also very disarming on that. Now, when you say protecting assets, why does the sun get angry sometimes? Because when the sun gets angry is when you have these charged particles coming towards Earth which kind of affect our satellites and ground systems. What happens to the sun?
That's also when that because then the fusion happens, how that direction happens, that the initiation of flares. That's what we are trying to understand. It's not well understood why and when, why it is happening, because there are a lot of theories, the magnetic reconnection, this and the splashes. So we are trying to understand. I'm also not very clear why the sun is so angry at times. I'm also not very clear. Maybe the PIs or the scientists have a better insight into. As project director, we are also trying to study better.
Sure, I understand. As engineers, that is not your job. Your job is to give the mission, and the mission is on the way to the sun. Now, recently I read scientists of the world are predicting that there is an 11-year cycle when the sun kind of flares up.
Yeah.
But that is now going to happen a little earlier.
Yes.
So that Aditya got delayed and the sun is going to get angry earlier is an opportunity for you?
Yes, it's an opportunity. Because originally when the mission was conceived also, we have planned such that it should initially observe the quiet sun, then the erupted sun. So we'll have a better understanding or better data. So now it is an opportunity we see, because of a delay we thought we have missed. So now it is an opportunity coming to us. So by the time it reaches, it can, for some time it can observe the quiet sun and then the erupted sun also. So we take this as an opportunity.
Now, this is the first time where we are going to put an Indian satellite not around a planetary body,
Yes.
but around a kind of a diffuse
Imaginary
area,
point.
imaginary body. Tell me a little bit about what this plane is and how will it help and what is the advantage of putting it there?
If you see, this Lagrangian points, it is named after the scientist who who has found out that such a thing exists. So any two bodies, planetary bodies like Sun, Earth or Earth, Moon, Sun, Jupiter, Sun, Venus, there exists 5 points where the gravitational pull of both one almost near zero. There is an image. This acts as a planet, imaginary planet, and here we are putting it the Aditya around the L1. So the advantage here is it can view the sun 24/7. That point L1 is on the sun-earth line, and in this point moves as the earth moves around the sun. This point also moves, and this particular spacecraft is around L1 also moves. So continuous observation. If you put around Earth as a low Earth orbit, originally it was conceived, there will be eclipses.
Yeah, the Earth will come in between and there will be eclipse.
Yeah, eclipse. It will not be able to view the sun during that time. So the lot of maneuvering and this. Here it is a vantage point actually, this L1 point to view the sun continuously, and also there is the fuel required to maintain it at such a point is also very little. So that way we have this point is very advantageous.
Will we catch it?
Catch what?
Catch the point where the gravity between the Earth and the sun is nullified. Will we be able to catch it and stay there?
Yeah, we are going to stay around that.
Yes.
So by adjusting the gravity between sun and earth to the pull of the spacecraft, we are trying to it. So you can view this as a ball on the hilltop. Okay, it has to be maintained there. Otherwise, it either falls to a sun or falls to a earth. So it's a tricky process, and we are going to maintain it around the point.
No, see, India made it to the orbit of the Mars in the maiden attempt.
Yeah.
We made it to the orbit of Moon in the maiden attempt. I am very hopeful that
Yes.
in the maiden attempt we will make it to the
Yes.
L1 orbit, halo orbit, and keep the Aditya L1 satellite in location there. Now,
See.
why are we not going to the sun, why are we staying away from the sun?
Okay. Further closer to the sun, the temperature we have to have lot of developments for keeping the temperature so that our inside spacecraft will be alive. So such technology at present we don't have much. If you take solar probe, it's also not staying closer, it goes as a flyby and comes back. And they have a huge umbrella type of shield which protects the thermal harshness of the sun. So that is the only mission which goes very close in the sense
Solar
it is
Parker.
also a solar packer. It is also not very close. It's okay, much closer than what L1 has. So in future we may do it.
So we are 1.5 million kilometers away from Earth towards the sun. Is that correct?
Yes, it's 1% of sun Earth. 99% we are still away from the sun. 1% from Earth we are closer.
But will Aditya be able to handle the thermal load at that? Because even when on Earth, when we look at the sun, when it is directly overhead, it can be scorching, and you have a satellite which is 1.5 million kilometers away from Earth, closer to sun. Will it be able to handle the thermal?
Yeah, yes, because the temperature, it is almost like one solar constant, little above one solar constant. So we have our thermal system developed and built to handle it at that point.
Is it correct that this is India's first space-based solar observatory? Because we have ground-based solar observatory.
Lot of ground-based, and even this is the first attempt, especially at L1, hello orbit around L1, space-based total solar observatory. This is the first.
And how many countries or space agencies have done missions to study the sun?
Yeah, European Space Agency, NASA, and the Russians they had, and even I think China, whether it had or not, I'm not very sure. These three countries, they have their missions.
China, I'm also not sure whether they had, but I'm aware of the two. European Space Agency and NASA already have.
Initially,
Russia had. So we are still very close into the first 3-4.
Because it's not a very big number like they have. It is all maybe some 10 to 12 missions till today they may have regarding the sun observatory, solar observatories.
So we are pioneers.
Okay, we cannot say we are pioneers because US and ISRO are the pioneers. They had that SOHO mission, which is something similar to this mission what we are going to have. That is still working.
Now, there is also talk of tapping space-based solar power on an uninterrupted basis, have large solar arrays in space and try and bring that power down. Is there any thoughts in ISRO for space-based solar power tapping? Or what are the concept in the world?
See, in the Japan is we can say pioneers in such this one. They have a concept of like big solar arrays. You build there, convert solar energy to the RF energy and transmit back to Earth and again convert back to solar power. But the cost involved and the efficiency of the systems involved, it's not very encouraging now. Maybe in future, because at present we don't have any plans or we have not working on it. We have that small development of solar to RF, that always we can have. But in a big scale.
Yeah, to bring it from space and bring it
that's
down.
That's a concept now being worked out from solar to RF and transmit back. Use it. Now,
are you satisfied with the Aditya mission so far because it is still heading towards the sun?
Yeah, so sad. It's working as per plan, and hope we will have a good mission and a good outcome of the science.
How did you manage to take that selfie from Aditya to Earth and get everything in one picture?
Yeah, that is it's planned. We have put a camera so that we'll because one camera is a must. It is a requirement because we have the two payloads which have multi-operational doors because of the contamination issues. Whenever the thruster firing, we have to close and protect the instrument. Otherwise, the contamination is very serious there, and it will kill because coronal light, if you observe, that is a very faint light. And so So that way the door, because this is the first time we are going to have a multiple operation door, so we wanted to observe that if at all anything is there, whether the door is open or closed, with the camera we can have a view. Other one is we would like to see how we are viewing it that far.
Oh, it looked very nice. It was. I hope you will give us more pictures like that.
No, more pictures, it's because the camera capability, and when you travel far, because this camera has a auto exposure, because outside the dark space, we need not have a it will look like one moon. Earth will look like a moon.
Now, beyond Aditya, any plans for studying the sun beyond Aditya L1?
As originally, Professor Rao wanted it to have a mission at L5 also. So that L5 is much before, that is like a triangle. It is 1 AU distance behind. So that for weather informations, you detect something, there will be ample time to send it to Earth and take proper precaution. And also it gives a 3-dimensional view when you view from L1 as well as L5. So that was his original idea.
Yeah, you would be able to see the solar flares coming towards you
it is in
from both directions.
Both direction, and you have sufficient time to inform, because it is much before it reaches Earth, we will be able to view it. Because by the time sun rotates and comes towards Earth direction, we will be looking at it much before. So that's our advantage. So L5 and L1, L5 is another point. So I don't know, after this success, we will have a mission, further continuation of this mission.
Did you plan it such that we have Chandrayaan 3 and within days we launched Aditya?
It's not.
How did it happen like that?
Yeah, the maturity of both the missions happened. So we decided not to give a gap. Or when it is matured enough, we wanted to launch it. As such, it is delayed. So it matched. That's all. We didn't plan it.
You didn't plan it.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks you planned it.
No.
That you didn't want the sun to get angry that you are studying only the moon, and moon is our maternal uncle, and you forgot to study the sun. There's nothing like that.
Nothing like that. It happened naturally.
And beyond this, is there any message you have for young boys and girls who want to join the stream of science? And you are a role model now, whether in your humble nature you accept that or not, but today India looks up to Nigar Shaji as a role model who's given India the maiden mission towards the sun. Any message for them?
No, message is the only two things I want to say to the younger generation. Say hard work, there is no alternate to hard work, it is the, and it never fails. So, and also whatever you do, it need not be space science or whatever you do it with passion. That brings out the whatever you have, the best talent from you. So these two things, if you follow, you will reap success.
So did you have to forego some of your home activities and give more time to Aditya? Like Arunan gave all his time and he stayed almost in the satellite center when Mangalyaan was happening, and both Veeramattu and Kalpana have said they breathe in, breathe out Chandrayaan. You were also involved in Chandrayaan. How did you balance work life and home life?
It is mainly because of the support system what you have. My mother is with me, and my whole family supported me, and so that way I couldn't have a less tension about my home side, and I could concentrate more on my career. But because of planning and the support system only, you can balance.
Excited about Aditya?
Yeah, really.
Will scientists get the better understanding of the sun?
Yes. I 100% believe that our heliophysicist is going to get a big understanding of the sun with this mission, and they are going to have the further tune their models with this data.
Thanks a lot for speaking to me.
Thank you.
What a pleasure understanding from you the complexities of Aditya mission and India's maiden venture towards the sun. So that was a very simple understanding about the solar mission by India, a space-based solar observatory. Like I've said many times, India did a moon walk and then doing a sun dance, a celestial Surya Namaskar by the Indian Space Research Organization, all in an effort to protect India's 50+ satellites, which cost over 50,000 crore rupees, and to protect you and me when the sun gets angry. Thanks a lot, Nigarji. Always a pleasure
Thank
speaking
you.
to you.
Thank you.
And thanks a lot for watching. This is Pallava, Bagla with camera person Kumar at the U.R. Rao Satellite Center of the Indian Space Research Organization in Bangalore. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.